Hello again everyone, and welcome to another tutorial in my How to Draw Iconic Movie Star series. Before we start, of course, if you could subscribe, that would be terrific. Thank you very much. And also, ring that little bell icon if you want to know what's coming up next. Okay, well, the movie star today is one of the most famous, not just of the 50s, but in the whole of Hollywood. And that's Marilyn Monroe. And I'm going to draw her with the head slightly tilted to the side, a quite classic pose. And there's the line, the angle that she's her head's at, right? Okay, and across that you get the line of the eyes. Now, basically, I'm not going to draw the whole shape of the face in first of all. I'm going to start with the eyes. Now, this eye here starts like that, and there's a curve. Her eyes are almost closed, and they curve up like that and down, and you get that slightly narrowed look about the eye there. Okay, above that we have almost a perfect parallel line for that, you know, in her eyebrow, which comes parallel there like that and then curves away down like that, okay? And the other side, the distance of an eye between the eyes about there, the other one starts over here, and you get the same narrow curve, like that, okay? And above that, same kind of thing, you've got the eyebrow quite high, this time more of a curve, following that parallel line there like that, more of a curve, coming up, and then curving down again like that. You see that? And then on this line with the nose, very short, quite a small distance from there to here, you've got the almost V shape at the tip of the nose there. And then on the other side, quite small nostrils, one here, and the curve around the side. Now she's going to be smiling with her mouth wide open, and again a small distance from there to there, because her lips pushed up when she opens her mouth like that. So you have the curve, the top lip coming down, and then coming away quite dramatically, a very pronounced bow shape, see that? Like that. And you double that up, narrow here, getting wider in the centre, curving right around this side. This line comes around to meet that there like that. And then from that point there, the middle point, it moves back in towards the centre in almost a straight line to that, and then the bottom lip curves up and then into the centre, up again, and then quite a sharp turn up to meet the side of the lip there. Bottom lip is a bit broader than the top, so you get that kind of shape there. And the teeth, because you're looking slightly underneath, they curve like that. So the front teeth appear like that, and the teeth go round. You see that kind of curve shape happening like that. Don't put too heavy a line to differentiate the teeth, you know, very light. The two large ones there, and a smaller one there, and the eye tooth curving as it goes around the corner. Another one there, like that. And then the bottom teeth just showing, come across like that, there. Okay? Right, let's move up to the hair. Again, very iconic shape. Basically, not too high forehead. Start about there, you get this line coming across almost to a point there. Slight point there, coming around. But her hair is all swept back, so you get these lines coming up like that and swooping up to the top of her head. And top of her head, the hairstyle appears in a kind of curve there. So all these lines that go up, a carefully coiffed hairstyle, go up and a curve like that. And there's a great lock of hair that starts about here, almost just right above there, curves, and a great curve up and round, then onto her forehead, and curves up like that. Looks like a wave breaking. Another one coming in there like that. And then the underside of the hair appears there, and this front of it appears like that. That comes in there. Like that, you see? And another bit of hair coming in here. And down the side, we have the shape of the side of the face coming in towards the eye here, and then go out to the cheekbones, and curving down the side of her face past the mouth there like that. And her hair again is being combed out from the side of her face like that. And then as it comes down to the bottom here, it gets more of a curl, so you get that coming down there, but these shapes here are curled that way. There's another one behind there like that, so you get that kind of shape there. And just below there, she has a kind of diamond earring, which is almost like a flower head shape. So centres of it there, just put it in roughly just now with the petals of the flower coming in like that. And the hair below that curves towards her face like that. And there's another lock of hair coming out below it going the opposite way like that. Okay, let's go to the other side now. Again, these shapes are swept up to the top of her hair. There, go down the side of her face there, that's swept up. But as they come down the side, they start to kink round a bit like that. So that even though the hair is coming down like that, it tends to do that quick kind of sharp curve there. And that bit there is filled in. And as it comes up, it's a bit more freer here. You get more sense of the hair being kind of windblown at this point here. Like that. And as it comes lower down, the hair does that. Curling that way. And opposite here, about here, you just see the other earring appearing just a bit in here. And there's a lock of hair curved above it like that, and then round the bottom of it there, like that. And you get a bit of separation on the hair coming down here. It's all perfectly combed and designed, you know. Probably sprayed within an inch of its life, but it looks fabulous. And more hair coming down here. Okay, now the bottom of her face, as I go around the cheekbone here, curving around, down to just below the bottom lip here, it's fairly straight. She's got a fairly straight kind of chin like that, which goes up lightly into her face and then joins up to her ear about round about there. There's the rest of the earring in. And her neck curves down. You come in there and the neck appears about here, a slight curve coming out and back in again. And on this side, the hair just kind of lies on her shoulder. And she's wearing a dress which has kind of pointed collar like that, almost slightly Puritan collar. That word could be associated with Marilyn Monroe, hardly ever, but I should imagine. That there, and then the neckline of a dress comes in there like that. And so there we have, you know, the basis, the sketched features of Marilyn Monroe. And now I'm going to put them in a little bit heavier so we can pick out the features more. Right, I'm going to start with this eye here. Now I've just suggested the shape of it, but let's put in the detail more heavily now. So you come up over the top of that curve, put a bit of weight on your pencil, get a heavy line coming in there, and a little curve appearing just below it there. Now on this top line here, you're going to draw some quite heavy eyelash shapes. So they come up like that and get thicker as they come to the corner, like that, see that? And just a few along the bottom, like that. And because it's all kind of shaded, you'll see just a suggestion of her eye appearing there with a bit of a highlight just in the middle there. So a circle like that, right? And you would shade that in black, nice and heavily. It's a 5B pencil I'm using. You see that? And then you'll get a suggestion just above that of the eyelid appearing there. See that? And just above that, you've got the eyebrow going up and then back down again. And you can shade it if you like, just, you know, solidly. But it's also a good idea to try and suggest the hair on something like the eyebrow. So use short strokes like that as they come around, because you've already drawn the shape in. So you get that there. Okay, so I'm going to do this eye exactly the same. This is the eyebrow coming up to the shape already drawn and curving around like that, right round. And then start with this one here, the corner. Go up nice and heavily, curve down, like that. And as I did with that one, you put in quite heavy shading for the eyelashes coming up. And that's quite dramatic. And then it falls away a bit more than that one on this side. And you get a bit of shadow appearing. And obviously the light above her is putting shadows of her eyelashes onto her cheek there, which come down like that. And her other eye, the pupil will start about here. This will be white in this area, but then it's dark in here. Possibly a bit of highlight in there, so shade that in. You get that sensation there. Okay? Right, again, a little suggestion of the eyelid coming up there. Right, okay, the shading, of course, you get the light catching the front of her nose, which is kind of that shape there. So you've got shading coming in. You can use short strokes, or you can use kind of circular motion with your pencil if you like, but fairly gently down the side of her nose there. And another one coming out there, like that. Down to, as I said, an almost kind of diamond shape here, triangular at the bottom, to suggest the tip of her nose there. Maybe a bit more shading underneath. And then, of course, her nostrils, put a bit of weight on your pencil, coming in. There, like that. And around the side. And because her lips are stretched and open, you will get lines coming from the corner of her nose, just very lightly down over her cheek there. And of course, just below that line, you get the famous beauty spot appearing just about there. Okay, so we'll move on to the top lip now. And again, try to just delineate that line a bit more, put a bit more shading on it. A bit heavier line along the top of her mouth, like that. And around the side. And if we shade in the top lip, it's darker at this side, getting lighter as the light catches the center of her lip. And you can do short lines like that to suggest the lines on her lip, like that. And before we move to the bottom lip, that's where the teeth, I want to smudge it. You got that kind of shape for her front two teeth there. And you've got another one coming in like that. And the eye tooth appearing there. And the other tooth behind it appearing below it. And the same with that, you get that tooth there coming in. And the eye tooth, like that, and the other tooth there. Okay, and our bottom teeth just appearing above our bottom lip. Now let's move into the bottom lip now. That comes in at an angle there, it goes across, and we dip in the middle slightly, and then up quite sharply, like that, and down to the bottom, following that line, like that. And again, quite dark in here, and as it comes to the centre, the light will be catching it, so you take the weight off your pencil, leave a lighter area there, maybe a line across the centre, and then darker as it comes up again. Makes the lips look glossy, okay? And of course you can shade in the centre part here, make that nice and black up to the line of her lips there. Okay, just across there like that. I'm using a circular motion but putting a bit of weight on my pencil. And got that nice glamorous smile that she had. Okay, now I'm going to move up to the hair now, and as I said, basically you just flick your pencil like that to try and get the idea of the hair coming across the line which I've already drawn. And as it goes up on a curve, you don't have to draw all the lines in, just suggest some of them like that. And as they curve over, what you can do is put a few lines together like that to suggest the shading on the curls, you know, something like that, and coming up there like that, a bit more coming down there. Just a few lines to suggest the hair going up, see that? Don't have to do all of them, but as they come to the top, you can then put a bit more of a line at the top to bring the shape of the top of the hairstyle around. You know, and these shapes here, you're going to be shaded in here, in, you know, where they curve around and away and back in again, you get a bit more shading, so we put some shading in here, and also as you come down here, the same kind of thing. You get a bit of shading in here, shading under these bits. Okay, so I'm going to work on that and work my way down just by doing that, and let's see what it looks like when I've done it. Right, okay, I've been working my way around the hairstyle here and putting in dark bits where the locks of hair kind of turn around and create a shadow. Maybe a bit more shading up under that lock of hair there. And the diamond earrings, I've just kind of suggested the petal shapes, you know, in the dandruff of her hair there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is to try and model the shape of her face now, because there's a lot of shading under her chin and around the side of her face. So that side comes up like that, and there are other bits of hair coming in like that, but there's a shadow rather, coming down this side of her forehead. So this put to indicate the line rather coming down there like that. It comes around the eye muscle there, and a kind of curve, and then around her cheekbone, and then carries on down parallel to this line here. So that's the kind of shaded area there. And underneath her chin, you have that curved shape coming up there. So all this is in shadow. The top part here is not as dark as this part here. So what you can do is, and again, if you want a kind of sketchy look, you can use parallel lines like that as you come down. Makes it a bit more lively, and as you come down you can maybe then use your pencil in the circular motion, put a bit more weight on it, get a bit more shading in here. You can create slightly gentler shapes by using that circular motion, and it gets darker as it comes down the side here, right dark, putting quite a bit of weight on the pencil there. Still dark coming down here and merging into the earring, and then you just kind of see the very indication of that second crease there coming out, and then the line under her chin, and then we fill in that area there, quite dark up the side, under her chin like that. Again, I'm using that circular motion. and filling it into there. And then there's a kind of long triangle shape here. It's very light, so again I'm just going to use a few sketchy lines there and coming in just below it there, like that. Okay, and the actual costume that she's wearing, I can delineate that by putting a line there. There's a nice bit of dark that comes in here. This is white, that's white too, but this underneath is dark. So again, you can just kind of suggest it by putting in some quick shaded lines, and then the collar comes down over her shoulder there, joins onto her dress, and you see a couple of kind of creases coming up to join that part of the dress there. And again, you can just fill it in very quickly to get that sense of the bit of shading under her collar there. Okay, and if you want to take out the sketch lines. Right, let's have a look at that. That's not too bad, yeah. That's Marilyn Monroe. One of my favourite actresses, actually. You know, she played all these dumb blondes, but she certainly was not dumb. She was a smart lady and a good actress too. My favourite film of hers is Some Like It Hot with Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon. Absolute classic. Right, I'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed that, and hope to see you again soon. But in the meantime, of course, all the best and happy drawing.